Today is the day that we get 2 Xbox 360 games put into back compat, and we also get 2 more games with Go free for the Xbox One. All of these games will be playable on your Xbox One and Xbox One X system, and a lot of people in the community have been asking this one simple question. Ever since the announcement of Game Pass from Microsoft, have the games for Go games gotten worse? And we're going to talk about that right now. What up everybody, it's your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, it definitely helps out the channel a lot. And before we get into this video, check out my last video where we talked about the next Battlefield game in the Battlefield franchise being Battlefield 5, something that was leaked earlier today. Definitely check that out so you can see what my thoughts are on that game or any other game that was going to be rumored to be the next Battlefield game. Now let's get into this new video. But before we start, let's talk about what Games for Gold is. Games for Gold is a service that you get by having an Xbox Live subscription membership. Doesn't matter how long, it could be a 1 month, 3 month, or a year, even a 6 month that they have. And as long as you're a member, you are eligible to get 2 free Xbox 360 games that are automatically made backwards compatible on your Xbox One. And you also get 2 free Xbox One games that you have the ability to keep even if your membership lapses. As long as you put these games in your download queue, you don't have to download them right at the time of actually getting them. You will always have access to these games. So now that you understand what Games for Gold is, let's talk about the 2 free games that you're getting for Xbox One and the 2 that you're getting for Xbox 360. So let's start with the Xbox One games first. The first game you're going to get from Xbox One for Games for Go is Trials of the Blood Dragon. This is a fusion between Trials Fusion, no pun intended, and Far Cry Blood Dragon, which was a standalone DLC that was added on to Far Cry 3. Now you would think a lot of people will enjoy this combination of 2 different games blending in to be something new, but what it really comes down to is the people that love Trials Fusion really aren't into what Trials of the Blood Dragon has to offer, and then contrast that with the people that really love Far Cry Blood Dragon not really being into Trials Fusion. So this game is like in a weird place. A lot of people actually like it, but it's not a game that really speaks to any one of the 2 camps that actually supported those individual games. This is a great pickup for anybody that's on the bubble because it's a free game that's not going to hurt you to actually try it out. And if you do like it, finish the game. If you don't, you have a game that you can just delete right off your hard drive and not ever look at again. But this is what Games for Gold gives you. It gives you options to actually broaden your gaming horizon to see what other things you may like. So download this game and give it a try to see if it's something that clicks for you. The next game in our actual Games for Gold lineup is Superhot. Now this game is a slow motion shooter developed by an independent team backed by a Kickstarter campaign. Superhot is a fresh take on a genre. Time moves only when you move, so you need to think before you shoot, literally, to complete all of the puzzle-like levels. Now this is a game that I've never played before, but I've been super interested in trying it ever since I seen it in the Xbox store on sale a couple of times. I just never pulled the trigger on it. I do know that a lot of people say this game is super fun in VR because there is a VR mode on PC. Not sure if it's on PS4 or not, but for all of the Games for Gold games, I believe this is the one a lot of people are going to get the most ROI out of. A lot of people in the community have been talking about this on Twitter, and honestly, I'm super excited to finally get into this. One day this month, I will actually go through this game and I'll give a full conclusion on what I thought about it because this will be the first time I actually play it. And just like I said for the last game, try it out. You never know exactly what you like until you try it. Now these are going to be your 2 Xbox One games that are going to be available during the month of March. Now we're going to move over to the 360 games that are going to be available. Remember, these are going to be made backwards compatible and you're going to be able to play them on your Xbox One. The first is going to be Quantum Conundrum. This game is a first-person action puzzler designed by the lead designer who worked on Portal. You are dropped off one day at your uncle's house and you notice that he isn't there. Now it's up to you to find him by using his newest invention, the interdimensional shift device or IDS, to switch between dimensions and solve puzzles. Work your way through the warp and complex mansion wing to save your uncle. Now this is another game I did not play on the Xbox 360. Definitely want to know what this game is more about. Maybe I'll get around to playing this one, but I'm not huge into going back and playing some of the Xbox 360 games. There's certain ones that I really wish would get remastered. Then I would go back and revisit them, but I'm still going to leave my options open because this is a game that I'm kind of interested in. It all depends on if I have time to actually go back and play it. But for a person that's starting out their Xbox 360 collection and their Xbox One collection, make sure you pick this game up just so you can have games in your catalog to actually play later. And now we get to the last game that's going to be available for Games for Go, and that's Brave, the video game. This is based on the Disney-Pixar movie Brave, and outside of that, I can't tell you anything anything else about this game because I didn't see the movie. I know my kids have seen it. We have it on DVD, but it's something I've never seen and honestly wasn't really that interested in. Around the time that this game came out, and I know I am a big achievement person, I kind of died down on the achievements around this time. So this was a game that I really didn't just try to get achievements on, even though right now it may be a possibility. But right now, like I said earlier, there are way too many games for me to get into. Maybe if you're that type of person that doesn't have a huge catalog to actually get caught up on, this game can actually suit something that you want and you might want to try it out. But for me, I don't know if this is a game that I'm going to be able to get to, but I will put it in my queue just so I have it in my library. And with that, guys, that's the end of our Games for Gold conversation. These are all the games that are coming out for the month of March, so download them if you have a chance. But I do want to talk about something that I brought up in the very beginning of this video, and that's the fact that ever since the announcement of Xbox One Game Pass, a lot of people have felt like the actual rewards that you get for just being an Xbox Live member with Xbox Live for Gold has really taken a hit. And the one thing I will say about that is I believe that the Xbox Live games for Gold have really been the same that they've been for like the last 6 to 7 months. Now, there are a bunch of different ways we can go about doing this, but if you look on the screen right now, you will see the first 5 months of games for Gold ever since they announced Game Pass. If you notice, there was one game that was considered a AAA game that was an Xbox One game, which is Forza 5, which was a launch game for the Xbox One in 2013. Now, a lot of people are going to look at that and say that's not something that we're looking forward to, and I believe that is the hangup that a lot of gamers are having. Just the lack of AAA games coming to the service is something that people want to see more of. But if you look at the rest of these games, like I said, these are the first 5 months. Let's take a look at the last 6 months. Do you see any similarities with this? Well, if you don't see it, I'm just going to tell you right now, I see a lot of indie games in there. I see a lot of really good indie games in there. I see Oxenfree, I see Gone Home, I see Trials Fusion. These are some of the best games that came out on Xbox One that are available for you to download for free. And I don't ever really think that there's going to be a point where you're going to see a lot of major blockbuster titles hitting the actual games for Gold. Now, do I agree that a lot of these games could be included in the actual games for Gold and not put into Game Pass first? Yes, but with Game Pass being something that is a subscription model and Microsoft needing to add more value to that, it is inherited that this is going to probably happen. I just think that a lot of people are really looking forward to some of the games that they're going to get for free because they don't have as much money to go out and buy all the games they want to. So they kind of depend on these month-to-month games to see what they're going to get. And if these games don't really appeal to them, then this is where you get that conversation about Microsoft is kind of screwing us over by putting all the good stuff in Game Pass and not putting them in games for Gold. So the one thing that I will tell you guys is I absolutely agree with you. Microsoft should add a couple of more AAA titles to this, but we can't forget that all of these games over the last 11 months that have been added to games for Gold have pretty much been predominantly indie titles. And I guarantee if we go back even further, we will see even more indie titles than we will see any AAA games. But guys, what do you think? How do you feel about the games for Gold lineup for the month of March? Any of these games you interested in? Any of these games you already beat and you want to revisit on the Xbox One? Let's talk about that down in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications. It's gonna let you know the next time one of my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'm gonna talk to you in the next video. Peace.